Hey, everybody. If you offend easily, then I don't know. I didn't come up with anything today. So, I have an idea, y'all. I have an idea. The universe has been making it a point to really try and talk to me lately, and I have an idea. Okay, so what I'm thinking is that I should go get my psychic license again, except this time, pardon the shift in perspective, this time. I'm sorry, that just looked too cool. I couldn't resist. This time I'm actually going to work from home instead of work in a building. I can set me up another phone line. I could do my readings right here for everybody. I can set up a camera right there. That way, if you need to, you can actually watch the reading in real time if we're doing a video or a Zoom or something. Like, I could work from home and just pay my taxes on it every year. Like, why not? Why not start up a home based business? Why not let y'all find me for real and get these readings? Okay. That being said, what I actually want to focus on today is doing something legitimate. Like, it'll still be a cold reading, okay? But I want it to be legitimate. I want it to be. I've been lax in my readings lately. I want to do something serious. And I want to show y'all. I want y'all to be here for it. So, what I'm going to be talking about today, y'all. Okay, first off, we're dealing with my. Remember, this is the deck that came from a game, but reads really well for a tarot deck. Okay. In fact, I'm going to shuffle it under here because it's two-sided and I don't want to pick something deliberate. Okay. But, y'all, I really like this idea and I want to see what the cards have to say about it. Okay. So, we're going to continue shuffling this one under here. I really like this idea though. Like the cards had said that I learned my lesson, and I'm pretty sure this is what it's referring to. Okay, we're gonna put it back in the bag if it'll go in there. Try not to see what I'm doing. And we're going to hail Eris real quick. Queen of Confusion. Hail Eris. Queen of Confusion, Mother of Madness, Daughter of Discord, Concubine of Chaos, and Interdimensional Bowling Champion. We are in her space right now. I've been doing these in her sacred space. It's pretty cool to have a whole room for an altar. So let's see what we get about the idea of getting my license and going back to the work I'm familiar with, the work I do best, and that's telling y'all about yourselves. Temptation. Oh my, temptation. To resist is to give in. To deny is to be free. Temptation is a swarm of distractions ready to draw the next soul into the clutches of the abyss. Tolerance for self-loathing spins the web of addiction, while denial opens the gates of change. I'm not entirely sure. I think I want to check the other deck and see what it has to say. The idea that temptation, okay, so I am tempted to do something, but I want to know what can I look forward to? Because I don't know. I don't want to say the end. What's the end result? Because that's just a lame question to ask a tarot deck. Okay, y'all, don't ask that question. Like, what's it going to be like? I can tell you what it probably will be like if you continue on the path that you are on. However, all you got to do is step on a butterfly, and everything I just told you counts for nothing. All right. So let's get a reading. I want to actually not just get a message. I want to legitimately look into this. That's right. This one doesn't come with a book. I might have to do some reading here because this is that one. This isn't the new deck I've been loving and playing with the last few days, although I'm going to play with that before we're said and done. Now, this is one that turned up. I'm not sure from where, but we're not going to go research. We're going to take the meaning directly from what it looks like and what it feels like. We're going to do readings the chaotic way. We're going to do things the way I do them, but we're going to do a legit reading. So I like to flip multiple sets of either 3 or 5. I like to stick with an odd number. Since we are in Eris's room, 5 is a spiritual number for her. So I am going to flip 5 cards and simply look at them. And I'm going to kind of muse and ramble out loud about the different things I see in them until I come to a conclusion. I am asking about the path to becoming a psychic again. I simply want to see what the spirits have to say about that path. And I'm not looking for an end result so much as I just want to see what y'all think. The Four of Cups. Okay, so we have this card. And again, I would have to go research this if we're doing this by the book, but since this one didn't come with a book, or if it did, it's in there and I'm not going hunt for it. We're going to read things according to what I remember and what I see. And this is how I do things, okay? It's still a cold reading for y'all, if it happens to apply to anything, but I am asking about my path. The Four of Cups in this regard, I want to say it's got something to do with the want, the craving, the longing, the dreaming. And I don't care if I'm wrong, this is just what I'm getting here, okay? It's looking at all of the options available to you, but wanting something. I don't know why I want to say it meant something like reaching for something that you can't have, but that might be the three I'm thinking of. But this is, cups are wants, emotions, desires. I see that his table is laden with food. He has the grove and the home in the background. He's got fine horses. So he's got a lot of things to be grateful for, and yet still he's craving more. You know, y'all, this is starting to worry me already, but let's see what else we got here, okay? And as y'all may remember from previous readings that I do, I like to flip a lot to ensure that I get the most random reading. Hi, puppy. I'm doing a reading. It's okay. My little doggy had popped in to come say hello, and I can't get her on the camera because then I'd have to cause an earthquake. That I don't want to do that to y'all. The Prince of Pentacles in reverse. Y'all, this is starting to really worry me because it's the Prince of Pentacles. This would be someone aiming for new enterprise. Somebody who's got new, they're out to make new jobs. They're out to make a new name for themselves in the name of finance. And the fact that it's upside down, it's almost like I'm being warned and I'm not sure why. But like, yeah, it's starting to really look like a warning here. Okay, so we have the King of Swords, and this is someone who tends to rush headfirst into something very abrasively, very aggressively, someone who has something to prove. His sword is always up. He's always ready. This probably would represent me because my personality is very abrasive. It's very aggressive. It's very in your face. And that's the same for how I read. Anybody who's ever read with me in the past will tell you I like to get blunt, direct, and to the point. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm going to charge you by the time that we spend on the phone. You know, you'll be able to buy increments of time in advance. But I mean, I'm not here to waste your time. If I can get your reading done in 15 minutes, I'd rather get your reading done in 15 minutes. I don't need to drag it out for an hour just to make that bank for me. I'd rather have someone else for another 15 minutes. You know? Yeah, I see no need to yank your chain and drag you along. I'd rather get to the point. But this could also be a warning about, you know what your personality's like. Yeah, I've always wanted to do the rude psychic, but then I realize I'm actually not quite as obnoxious as I think. I'm just kind of intense. I think it's a good word for me. The Three of Cups in reverse. Now this is all sorts of want and heavy desire, and it's in reverse. It's like the things you want are not yours. That which you are desiring is out of reach. Like, I swear I'm getting all sorts of don't do this energy. And that sucks because this is such a good idea. Like, it's the first thing that's felt right in a long time was to do this. I'm going to check this with another deck after I'm done, but Judgment in reverse, like, we got, yo. Why does it feel like I'm hiding from some karma? And that if I poke my head out of the sand, it's going to get me? Like, I don't hide from karma. Come and get me. Like, yo, I know. I'd rather pay the debt off. Come and find me. Come get me. I'd rather pay the karma off. I'm going to switch to another deck briefly. and just see if I can get... I'm going to ask another question. And I don't want to eat up all your time, but at the same time, this is a reading. I need to know this, so let's see. You know, that's another thing I'll do is I'll take as long as you need, too. This would be your reading. You would get to determine, you know. No. Let's go for the Oracle of the Shapeshifters. Let me remember this one. Let's go for a 3-card spread. This is a good one to ask. This one's always pretty direct with me, and I like that. That's one of the things I'm appreciative of this deck. So we're going to pull 3 cards and see if we can get a more... Like I said, I'm not trying to find a different answer. It's almost like there's a lot of things that we're questioning about that one, and I almost like a more direct answer. Let's see what we get. Yo. Oh. Dragonfly Mermaid. You attract wonderful news. That's promising, but then again, this deck isn't exactly prone to give negative advice. Okay? So let's just... Little Owlin. Wisdom as light as a feather. Okay. I'm going to read the third one before I combine all this, y'all. Y'all. A beautiful little worm. Take care of yourself. All right. So, again, with the whole good news, something is coming. You've attracted wonderful news. And I do get the impression like it's saying, hey, you've got some faith. Yeah, it's a good idea, but I'm almost seeing a take care of yourself, stay in your cocoon a little longer. So it almost seems like this is a matter of timing rather than a don't do it. It's more like a, hey, don't do this until. So now I'm going to go back to that previous deck and we're going to see if we can flip a time frame and see, hey, when should I look into this? Because apparently it's a not now answer, if I'm understanding this correctly. So we have the 8 of Cups. All right, and I'll re-explain all of my time frame cards again. King of Wands, he's, yeah, okay. King of Pentacles, y'all. And they're all upright. Ace of Swords, what are you doing? 2 months. So, wow. Wow. Yo, it gave me a 2-month time frame. Okay, 4s and 5s I tend to represent as months because that's how many weeks are in a month. Okay, so 8 weeks would be like 2 months. All right. Like X's also represent months. Aces represent years. So I did get an Ace of Swords in here, but I got 2 kings and a devil. Which, as we know, devil is also a temptation card, if you remember our original one. So it's like, yes, you have the right idea. Yes, it'll do what you want it to do. Yes, your temptation, give it time. And that's normally a year, but I'm looking at that first card being an 8 of Cups. Can we be just a skosh more? Can we reaffirm anything just to make sure I am interpreting correctly? Can we get any reaffirmation on that time frame? Do I wait a whole year? 7 of Pentacles. No, it's weeks. 7s are weeks because of days in the week. So we're looking at 8 weeks. 8 weeks. What is coming up in 8 weeks that makes it a better time frame? 8 of Pentacles. Apparently it's just better on the money. Which hopefully the actual licensing process is a little cheaper than usual. So that would be excellent news if I got to wait 8 weeks before starting the licensing. Plus, apparently money will be better at that time too. So, Hanged Man, y'all. Time to wait. I think I've gotten my answers. Y'all actually got to see how, like, legitimate when I'm actually trying to do something real. Y'all saw me go through 3 different decks to make sure I got the most correct answer, the most clearest answer. It seems to me at this point I have a good idea of what I want to do, and I am to do it. I just should wait 8 weeks because something is going to be financially better. Just wait. So, that's my reading, and y'all got to see it. Bye, y'all.